Caitlin Clark. The Indiana Fever schedule has come out. We now know how many national games they got.
The Indiana Fever just dropped their 2025 schedule, and Caitlin Clark is once again rewriting WNBA history before even stepping on the court.
Broadcast this season, ooh-wee, big-time doubleheader. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, they meet in the season opener.
Indiana Fever put this out. All eyes on us.
With such star power on those teams, it's really no surprise they're atop the list for the most games available for you to check out on a national scale.
Caitlin Clark once again dominates WNBA national TV schedule.
The Fever, they lead the league with 41 games here, followed by the Aces 33, the champion Liberty at 32.
41 of our 44 games are on national television, the most television games in franchise history, the most national television games for a single team in WNBA history. I'm sure this is because of Angel Reese.
The Fever are set to dominate national television with a record-breaking 41 out of 44 games airing on major networks. This is the most national TV games any team has ever had in WNBA history. The numbers don't lie. Caitlin Clark is the most valuable player in the league.
Caitlin Clark draws massive viewership, and other teams don't. Caitlin Clark averaged about 1.2 million viewers per game, and the rest of the league about 400 to 500,000.
But it doesn't stop there. The Caitlin Clark effect is reshaping the entire WNBA landscape. Teams are moving their home games to bigger arenas. Networks are battling for broadcasting rights, and viewership records are shattering week after week.
The Liberty and Aces, they're going to clash here 3 times. All 3 of those are on ABC and ESPN. The Fever and the Sky, they meet 5 times. Caitlin Clark, the revamped Fever, they look to build on their success.
This level of attention has never been seen before in women's basketball. But as always, not everyone is happy. Some WNBA veterans and diehard old-school fans can't handle the truth that Clark is the real face of the league.
One of the worst WNBA fans and one of CC's biggest haters is already complaining. They don't like the game of basketball at all. They just want to support Reese. I've said the majority of her fans are not Hoops fans.
Today, we're breaking down how the Fever's 2025 schedule proves Clark is carrying the WNBA, how teams are scrambling to profit off her success, and why some people still refuse to admit it.
Sigh, I miss the unrivaled already. They're mad. Caitlin Clark didn't play in that league. They want her out. They want you fans out of the league.
Caitlin Clark isn't just playing in the WNBA. She is the WNBA. The Indiana Fever's schedule release made it clear. When Clark plays, the world watches. The numbers are staggering. 41 out of 44 games will be nationally televised, the most for any team in league history. No team, not even the reigning champions, has ever been given this much national coverage.
Give me Angel Reese, give me Caitlin Clark, because this has been box office, y'all. The young guns, the young stars have come to play. Angel at Unrivaled, training with Lisa, Leslie, and Caitlin. We all know that girl. She lives, breathes, eats, sleeps in the gym. So I am so excited to see that matchup, those two, because anytime they go up against each other, honestly, the whole world shuts down.
Yep.
Everything shuts down.
Yep.
For comparison, the Las Vegas Aces and New York Liberty, 2 teams stacked with superstars, will only have 33 and 32 nationally televised games, respectively. These teams have won championships, yet they still take a backseat to Clark. Why? Because the viewership numbers prove she is the main attraction.
6 WNBA networks set ratings records this season, all Caitlin Clark. 23 WNBA games drew more than 1 million viewers. Clark played in 20 of them.
The networks, advertisers, and sponsors have spoken. Clark is the biggest name in women's basketball, and it's not even close. Even before stepping into her second WNBA season, Clark is breaking records.
The WNBA Draft and All-Star Game demolished their viewership records with Caitlin Clark. The Diana Taurasi draft drew 600,000. It was the most watched draft ever. Caitlin Clark's draft drew nearly 2.5 million. 374% increase of viewership. Fever quadrupled ticket sales after drafting Clark.
Last season, she single-handedly increased WNBA viewership by 48%, bringing in millions of new fans. Her games consistently drew over 1.2 million viewers, while the rest of the league struggled to hit 400,000.
Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever get the most airtime because they're America's team, baby. Deal with it. Slows. Growing the game doesn't mean focusing on one player and her toxic MAGA cult fans. As for Caitlin Clark, the player,
the WNBA playoff games without Clark barely outdrew her regular season matchups. That's how powerful her impact is. The Fever's national TV coverage for 2025 is just more proof that Clark isn't just a rising star.
the Indiana Fever will have more nationally televised games this season than the last two WNBA champions.
She is the WNBA's biggest asset. While some WNBA players and media personalities complain about Clark's spotlight, the rest of the league is desperately trying to profit off her success. 6 different teams have moved their home games to NBA-sized arenas just to handle the overwhelming demand whenever Clark comes to town.
And what's killing me is it's the fans that are demanding that these players make more money, but they don't want to support the very player that's causing that money to be made. They can't stand her. We know why. We watched the poor young lady get demolished last year.
Think about that. Teams aren't upgrading for reigning MVPs, champions, or other so-called superstars. They're doing it only for Caitlin Clark.
The Indiana Fever is America's team, but the old WNBA fans are furious over it. They're mad. They're crying.
Here's a breakdown of which teams upgraded their arenas for Clark. Chicago Sky moved 2 games to the United Center, home of the Bulls. Atlanta Dream moved 1 game to State Farm Arena, home of the Hawks. Connecticut Sun moved 1 game to TD Garden, home of the Celtics. Dallas Wings moved 1 game to American Airlines Center, home of the Mavericks. Las Vegas Aces moved 1 game to T-Mobile Arena, home of the Golden Knights. Washington Mystics moved 2 games to CFG Bank Arena for extra capacity.
We got an article from Front Office Sports. 6 WNBA teams that moved games versus Caitlin Clark in the Fever. Atlanta Dream moved 1 game to the State Farm Arena. Chicago Sky moved 2 games. Connecticut Sun moved 1 game to TD Garden. Dallas Wings have moved 1 game to American Airlines Center. Las Vegas Aces have moved 1 game, and the Mystics have 2 games moved.
This isn't normal. This is unprecedented. The WNBA has never seen anything like this before, and it's all happening because of one player. Clark's impact is so massive that she doesn't just sell out home games, she sells out road games too.
WNBA's attendance had a record-breaking high in 20 years with a total of 2.3 million fans attending games. You know what the increase was from 2024 to 2023 in attendance? 48%. That's massive. That's the Caitlin Clark effect.
Phenomenon, yeah.
If Caitlin Clark gets injured, it's over with. Tom.
Wherever the Fever play, tickets disappear instantly and resale prices skyrocket. Fans aren't just watching Clark on TV, they are filling arenas at record-breaking levels. For perspective, the Fever's ticket sales quadrupled after drafting Clark.
Every single one of you WNBA players, you better pray that Caitlin Clark doesn't get injured because she's keeping your league afloat.
The WNBA's average attendance increased by 48%, and a single game between Indiana and Washington set a new WNBA attendance record of 20,711 fans.
Washington and Indiana set the single game attendance record of 20,711 on September 19 Capital One Arena. The WNBA's average attendance last year was 9,807 fans, up 48%. And keep in mind, that was really one person that added those 3,000 fans on average.
The surge in interest isn't just benefiting the Fever, it's elevating the entire league's financial standing. More eyes on the WNBA mean more sponsorships, bigger media contracts, and better salaries for players across the board. Yet instead of celebrating this massive win, some players continue to resist Clark's stardom.
The Indiana Fever is America's team. The haters, by the time this season is over, their heads are going to have exploded already. They're going to be so angry by the end of this WNBA season. It's going to be hilarious watching the daily meltdown.
Despite all the numbers, all the records, and all the money she's generating, some people still refuse to give Clark the credit she deserves. Some WNBA veterans and fans are complaining about her media coverage, acting as if she hasn't earned it. They argue that other players deserve the spotlight, but the truth is simple. Clark is the reason the WNBA is thriving.
This is the national broadcast schedule. Against the Sky, it's an ABC broadcast network television game. New York Liberty, it's a CBS game. These are all going to be big rated games. CBS against the Sky, ABC against the Liberty. Here's Asia Wilson right here in the Aces on 622 on ESPN. Right here, ABC, Dallas Wings. All the Indiana Fever versus Sky games are on big networks. One of these games is going to hit 3 million viewers this year.
Clark's games drew over 1.2 million viewers, while other WNBA games barely hit 400,000. 23 WNBA games crossed 1 million viewers last season. Clark played in 20 of them. Even when the Fever weren't competing for a championship, Clark's matchups outdrew WNBA Finals games. That's not favoritism. That's hard business reality. And yet some players in the league are still bitter.
Most influential female athletes right now. Coco Gauff, 10. Juju Watkins, number 9. Cameron Brent, 8. Paige Beckers, number 7. Sabrina Ionescu, number 6. Asia Wilson. So Asia's not going to be happy either. Jakari Richardson was number 4. Simone Biles, number 3, right here. I can't quite get past the fact that Simone Biles is behind Angel Reese. Caitlin Clark, she ran away with number 1. I don't think that should surprise us. She came away with number 1. Caitlin Clark is redefining the entire landscape of women's sports. Her dominance on the court has shattered outdated narratives about women's sports, proving that women's basketball can be just as marketable and widely watched as men's. But the Caitlin Clark effect goes far beyond her performance. It's reshaping the entire sports landscape. Her presence alone boosts the WNBA attendance by 105% compared to games without her, while road games featuring her Indiana Fever see an 87% increase in opponent home attendance. Her rookie debut sparked a staggering 200% jump in WNBA viewership, while Fever home games drew a league-high 186,000 fans last season, a 265% increase from 2023.
WNBA Players Association leaders have hinted at a possible player strike, just months after Clark helped the league secure massive new media deals. Instead of embracing her as the league's biggest asset, some veterans are jealous of her success. Even Angel Reese, who benefits from her rivalry with Clark, wouldn't be nearly as relevant without her.
The association, they gave us a gym that I paid for. Not entirely, but they took money out of my check and I paid for it.
You better get the fucking full usage of that.
Man, I got hot tub, cold tub, weight room, full court basketball room. I walk in today, I'm on one side working out, Caitlin Clark on the other side.
Really?
I look at myself, there you go, 2 fucking legends, Patty.
Did you say what's up?
You know I say what's up, but I'm not the type to say what's up to interrupt your workout because I don't like people to interrupt mine. She can shoot the shit out of it.
And the WNBA assist leader this past year.
She can shoot the shit out the ball.
She's a great shooter.
And she's one of those workout people, got to think, anytime I hit the court, I got to hit that bike. I'm older now, so I got to get on that bike and stroll for a couple 5, 6, 7 minutes. So while I'm strolling through the park, I'm looking at her shoot it. And she's one of those shooters where if you know as a gym rat, you guys know, like, damn, bro, why you throw that pass bad? Give me the ball in my chest. I'm like, oh, she's a gangster also.
She's lighting people up.
Throw me the ball the way I want it.
What drill was it? What drill was she running?
I don't know. She was doing a 2 in a row corner wing. And if you miss, you have to go back to the next spot. And if you missed again, you have to go back to the starting spot. She had a nice drill. I'm literally still in it.
That's nice.
And she was shooting the shit out of it.
Of course she was.
Right. So she was shooting the shit out of it. And
she's the face of the league.
Agreed.
She's the face of the league. Agreed.
Reese's Chicago Sky has 23 national TV games this season, but 5 of those are against the Fever. Without Clark, she's just another player. Clark's dominance is not just about ticket sales and viewership numbers. It's about changing the perception of women's basketball. For years, the WNBA has struggled to attract mainstream audiences. But Clark is forcing the sports world to take notice. She is drawing comparisons to game-changing figures like Michael Jordan and LeBron James.
Now you got universities trying to defend Angel Reese and make her out as the victim. Newly published study from Rice University and the University of Illinois at Chicago takes a data-driven look at one of the most polarizing sports controversies in recent memory, the Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark debate from the 2023 NCAA championship. During the title game between LSU and the University of Iowa, Caitlin Clark, the Iowa star guard, made a now famous "you can't see see-me hand gesture, a taunt originally popularized by wrestler John Cena. Without much controversy, however, when LSU's Angel Reese made the same gesture toward Clark in the closing moments of the game, the reaction was starkly different. Reese was immediately labeled as classless and unsportsmanlike by some media personalities and fans, sparking a nationwide discussion about double standards in sports, race, and gender. Now a new study quantifies what many already suspected. Public and media reactions to Reese and Clark were not just different, but radicalized. Before, during, and after the game, to unpack the racial dynamics at play, the study found that Clark was largely celebrated. Reese was disproportionately criticized, often with racial undertones.
Not just because of her skill, but because of her ability to grow the sport in ways no one else has. If Clark continues on this trajectory, the WNBA will be in a position to negotiate even bigger TV deals, secure more lucrative sponsorships, and expand the league to new markets. But if jealousy and internal conflicts continue to overshadow progress, the WNBA risks squandering the golden opportunity Clark has created.
Caitlin Clark is selling out everywhere she goes. Last season, the WNBA had to move road games out of high school gyms into actual NBA arenas just to accommodate the demand.
It is unrivaled. It is also unwatched. If you don't have Caitlin Clark playing women's basketball, or if you're not the NCAA tournament playing women's basketball, you got nothing.
America sent them a clear reminder. We are not interested in watching pretend basketball. We have 30 years of evidence that proves women's basketball does not draw on television. We have 30 years of evidence that proves Americans are not interested in women's basketball.
Jealousy and envy and delusion all mixed together. You have no idea what you're talking about. You're delusional. People are watching these games because of Caitlin Clark. Oh boy, if I say what I really think, these black women and these feminist white women are not going to sleep with me. And I may lose my job. They're going to come after my job. We're not in position to say to an Angel Reese, shut up.
Instead of pushing back against her, players and league officials should embrace the reality. Clark is the future, and it's time to build around her. Whether her haters like it or not, Caitlin Clark is the face of the WNBA.
Nobody is coming close to the power of the Caitlin Clark effect. Like, they're just not.
You and I both know, right? We both know. No Caitlin Clark, no watch. No Caitlin Clark in the league, no watch. Caitlin Clark's in that league viewership doubles, if not triple.
The league, networks, and sponsors have all made their choice. Clark is the future. She is the reason the WNBA is on primetime TV. She is the reason ticket sales are through the roof. She is the reason sponsors are pouring money into the league.
The boil on Caitlin Clark's ass, Angel Reese may be playing in the league, but who wants to see a goofy 6'6" woman miss layups?
It's here that we need to just realize Angel Reese is playing. And, you know, she's been very big on herself as being a massive draw. If that is in fact the truth, then why are people not watching with the same excitedness that they were watching Caitlin Clark?
So what do you think? Will the WNBA stop resisting the reality that Clark is the biggest name in women's basketball? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update.